Suspect is still on the loose in that mass shooting at Brown University. It left 2 people dead, 2 students dead, and 9 others injured. Police had detained a person of interest, but announced he was released over the weekend upon further investigation. ABC's Rena Roy is in Providence, Rhode Island.
Overnight, authorities in Providence releasing an individual who had been a person of interest in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University.
We understand that there is a high degree of anxiety, and after this individual was released last night, I understand that that anxiety level has risen in our community. We have an enhanced police presence to try to give that comfort, that sense of security.
Police scouring the area for the shooter as students barricaded themselves in rooms and hid behind furniture and bookshelves.
Providence police!
The shooting happening during one of the busiest times of the school year as students were in the second day of final exams. One student telling ABC's Whit Johnson about the moment he heard the gunshots.
He immediately saw me and I immediately saw him. And then I look to my right and I see a bunch of students running down the stairs, running out the door, jumping on the ground, just whatever it takes to stay alive.
Across the campus, more than 400 law enforcement officers, including the FBI and ATF, swarming the scene. But they say the suspect had already fled through the side of the building complex.
I've been around long enough to know that sometimes you head in one direction and then you have to regroup and go in another. And that's exactly what has happened over the last 24 hours or so.
One of the victims killed has been identified by our church as Brown student Ella Cook from Birmingham, Alabama, where she was remembered.
For those of you who knew her, who know her, she was a just incredibly grounded and generous and faithful and bright light.
On Sunday night, a Christmas tree and menorah lighting ceremony turning into a vigil for the grieving community at Brown.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Authorities are asking the public to scour their own photos and videos from that scene, saying there are not many cameras inside that building. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, by the way, said one of his sons was on campus at the time of that shooting.
He and his roommates built some homemade furniture barricades and spent the night barricaded inside, as we all anxiously awaited for information, praying for safety, and looking for what today might bring.
Greenberg's son, Ben, is a junior at Brown who'd just gotten back to his dorm when that shooting began not far from his housing unit. He and his roommates stayed inside until the situation ended. None of them, fortunately, were physically hurt.